we have found the tax paid figures. Let's find how much tax is saved on depreciation or tax saved on capital allowance. Now, in the project appraisal,
God, sir.
yes,
Sorry, before you you proceed.
yes,
If the tax were paid 1 year in arrear.
okay, yeah, that's a good question.
Mm.
If the tax were paid in
Yes.
1 year in arrear, it means this tax which you have calculated in year 1, 138, you include it in year 2, then in 1410, you include it in year 3, then 2453 will be in year 4, then 1047 will be in year 5. That's what they're going to do. So it means in year 1 there will be no tax paid. So tax, these figures, though you have calculated them as from year 1, 2, 3, 4, but you start recording them in year 2.
Okay, so we would have added another year
Year,
5,
yes,
right?
would have had 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because next time we'll also look at another question, which is in arrears.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so remember in capital appraisal, we don't allow depreciation. So because we don't allow depreciation, the only thing we allow in depreciation is tax saved on depreciation or tax saved on capital allowance. So how do we calculate it? So let's go to a working on the tax saved on capital allowance. Okay, so you put years. Here will be the depreciations that you calculate, the values that you'll be calculating here. Then here you have your answers. Then you have your tax rate. Then you have your tax rate. So let's do it. Tax rate, remember, is 20%. So let's go and do it. Okay, so what is our cost of assets and depreciation rates? Right, so remember this project costs 2.5 million. I've said ignore marketing costs because they are sunk. So it costs 2.5 million. Scrap value is 125. Then let's look at the depreciation rate. Tax rate is 20, no change. So I thought the company can claim tax liable depreciation on 25% reducing balance. Okay. So the cost of the asset is 2.5 million and depreciation is 25%. So let's do it. So in year 1, calculate depreciation, it will be 2.5 million times 25%. Alright, so you say 2.5 times 25%. So 625 is your depreciation rate. Now in year 2, how do you calculate depreciation? What you do in year 2, it will be the cost minus the depreciation now, which is 625, then times 25. That's reducing balance. But we have got a shortcut, alright? But let's find the answer first. So equals 2.5 minus 625 times 25%. So you have 468.75. But to save time in the exam, because you have no time, to save time in the exam, you find the same 468.75 by, you just say 625, the previous depreciation, times 75%. Where's 75 coming from? 100 minus 25. So you get 468.75. That's the quickest. Instead of saying 2.5 minus 625 times 25, you can just say the previous depreciation times 75%. Then that's the quickest. In year 3, the same approach. I'm trying to show that it would be minus 625 minus the new depreciation 468.75. Then times 25. Okay. Again, this is too involving. Alright, you can just say the previous depreciation times 75%. If it was 20% times 80%. So this is very quick. Now, reducing balance in the final year, you cannot say 351.56 times 75%. That's not allowed. Reducing balance in the final year, we calculate a balancing charge. Okay, so let's find total charge. To find total depreciation charge, it will be the cost of the asset minus scrap value. Let's check the scrap value. We are told that the scrap value is 125, this paragraph, 125. If you are not given, you put a 0. Okay, so it will be 2. Okay, in reducing balance, we believe that the total depreciation for the whole period is the difference of your cost and scrap value. That's what we believe in reducing balance. Now, if we know the total depreciation from year 1 to 4, and we know depreciation from year 1 to 3, then we can find the depreciation for year 4. How do we find it? Easy. We'll take this, the total depreciation minus the sum of these depreciations from year 1 to 3. Yeah, then it means depreciation in year 4 is a balance. So that's like balance. So always remember to do this. Students struggle here, but I hope you have understood what we are trying to do. Depreciation in the final year should be a balance. So first of all, you get the total depreciation by subtracting scrap value from the cost. So you get the total cost. Then now you need to add the depreciation for the 3 years, subtract from the total depreciation, then you get depreciation for the final year. Next, we multiply by the tax rate, which is 20%. So 625 times 20% is 125. Then you just drop down. So you get those. So those are the depreciation, those are the tax saved on capital allowances. Your job is to copy them right to the sheet, to the formula sheet.
So, is it possible just to come again on the balancing figure?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me do it again. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, I should remove this one to do it again. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, in reducing balance, we believe that the total depreciation is the total depreciation is from year 1 to 4 will be the cost of an asset, which is the investment cost, was 2.5 million, minus the scrap value. The difference is known as total depreciation according to reducing balance method, what you covered in your background to accounting. So 2375, that's your total depreciation. Now, to find depreciation for year 4, here we have a gap. What you do is you're going to sum up depreciation for the first 3 years. 625 plus 468.75 plus 351.56. So you sum them up. If we add 625 plus 468 plus 351 is 1445.31. This is the total depreciation for 3 years. Now we need depreciation for only year 4. Because if the total depreciation is 2375 and depreciation for the 3 years is 1445.31, then we can find what is missing here. So to find depreciation which is missing here 4, you take total depreciation minus depreciation for 3 years. So you get 929.69. Have you understood now?
Yes.
Yeah, so take note of this. But if it is straight line we don't have any, I forgot I used the formula. In straight line, we don't have a balancing allowance. If it was a straight line, you would have just taken 2,500 minus scrap value divided by 4. Then you're going to report the same depreciation from year 1 to year 4. but it is using balance. This is what we do. Straight line is one depreciation. Just take cost minus scrap divided by 4. So if you find this, say, okay, let me try to do it. You might have a question which will ask you straight line. So it will be 2.5 minus 125. We found that, divided by 4. So you can take that, divide by 4. So it's 593. So it means you put 593 from year 1 to 4. That's all. No balancing allowance in straight line. Okay, so we are going to copy these figures tax saved to our format. So these are the figures, tax saved on capital allowances. I think there's a mistake somewhere. Just copy along. So 125 in year 1, this should be correct, but in year 2, let's go plus. Let me confirm if the answers are correct. Oh yeah, they are correct. Okay. So 125, 93.75, 70.31, 185.94. Okay. Scrap value, we are given as 125, if you remember. So I'll put 125 in the final year of the project. Initial cost, how much does the project cost? So the initial cost of the project is 2,500. So you put negative, right? Negative 25. Then next we have to look at working capital. So we have a separate working for working capital. Okay, so a working capital format working will look like this. You start from year 0 because we invest in year 0. Year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you put your working capital value. So how much is our working capital? We'll check in the question. So here we are told that investment in working capital is 1.5 million will be required at the start of the year of operation, and inflation is 6%. Okay, so what you do, you just put 1.5 throughout. Inflation 6%. So in the first year, it will be 1.06 to the power 0, which is always 1 in year 0. In year 0, because 1.6 to the power 0, it will always be 1. So I just put a 1. 1.06 to the power 1, 1.06 to the power 2, 1.06 to the power 3, 1.06 to the power 4. Then to find working capital required, you'll be multiplying the amount times inflation, like that, right? The amount times inflation. So in year 1, it will be 1.5 times 1, right? That's obvious. Then in year 1, it will be 1.5 times 1.06 to the power 1. Remember that function I told you earlier to say you write 1.6 times power, open brackets, 1.06, then you write 1. Okay. Then later on, you just you can drag the formula and just replace later on. So what you do, where there's 1, you put a 2. Where there's a 1, you put a 3. And where there's a 1, you put a 4. So this is very quick, like that. It's quick. Okay, so next let's look at working capital injection. That's for another video.